Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the Houston Roundball Review presents Folks Talkin Sports. Folks Talkin Sports is sponsored by 5 Star Properties. I'm Kris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. And right now you see me, joining me is my man, Willie Gibson from Ohio. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How about you, Kris?
Doing well. Folks Talkin Sports is sponsored by 5 Star Properties. FIVESTARPROPS.com. Met the sponsor, the owner of 5 Star Properties. He came to Houston today to watch Houston and Memphis this afternoon. So I want to give a shout out to him. Met his family, wife and kids. It's really cool to see Coogs up in Coogs. So 5 Star Properties is a Dallas-based company owned by a UH alum. If you are facing foreclosure or need to sell your house as is for cash, call 972-532-SELL, or once again, visit that website at FIVESTARPROPS.com, 5starprops.com. Mr. Gibson, we're going to talk about the Cougs Memphis game in a second. I think I wrote it down. Last week, you and Mr. Yanez, Andy might join us if he can. He's still at Rakita Center doing a recap after we just did Let's Rage Cougs post-game show. You and Andy picked Kansas City to beat the Eagles last week. Congratulations, sir. You were right. I was wrong.
Try to tell you, man. Thoughts on the game. It was a game. It was a good game. The Eagles defense got exposed in the second half, which was amazing. Which more amazing than that to me is that after watching that defense in the second half, and probably the last quarter of the season, their defensive coordinator Jonathan Yannis was named head coach of the Arizona Cardinals on Tuesday, which was absolutely amazing. Like, how do you watch that defense and yet you hire him as your head coach? But I digress. And turn to your guy, your team, and the NFC East hired the offensive coordinator, the winning offensive coordinator, and but I mean the game it was a tale of two halves. Really, it was the first half, which Super Bowls truly are. It's always the first half. You have the extended halftime, and then in the second half, it's a totally different game, and that's what happened. Philadelphia had no answer for Kansas City in the second half.
Yeah, you brought it up. I was going to bring it up with the lead in you gave right there. I hate that Eric Bieniemy had to take this job with the Daniel Snyders. For now, the Daniel Snyders, the Commanders.
Not for long.
Yeah, but the sale will be finalized soon. But the franchise, this needs to start over. Maybe Eric could be part of the cleansing and be, what is this? He's the associate head coach. What is he? What is the official title they're going to give him?
Assistant head coach / offensive coordinator. He has final say on play calling, which he didn't have in Kansas City. Yeah, and I heard some interesting reporting on Friday when this was announced was this kind of gives him the inside track at not only becoming a head coach elsewhere, but how long is Ron Rivera going to stick around?
Yep.
And with Ron Rivera having question marks on his status, Eric Bieniemy, there's a interim / head man on staff, and it kind of reminds me of Tampa Bay last year when Bruce Arians held on to the job until the proverbial last minute resigned, where there was no other alternative other than to promote Todd Bowles to the head job. So could be a similar situation here.
I hope so. I hope it works out for Eric. And if he gets the chance to become the head coach for the franchise, hope he can turn things around and right the ship. And if Snyder is gone, that's a great sign. That's the start of the transformation right there. Is once he sells the franchise, and hopefully the new owner will be a good owner and competent and turn things around. And because I remember when the team was the best team and best franchise in the NFL, and that's a long, long, long time ago because they're far, far from that now. They are one of the worst franchises in the NFL now. So, but Mr. Gibson, do you have a chance to watch the Coogs Memphis game at all?
I did not.
Okay. Coogs won 72-64. They led 37 minutes. And let's see, trying to make a switch here. There we go. Yep. And Memphis was without the best player, the point guard, Kendrick Davis, hometown kid, young fella from Houston. He injured his ankle in Memphis's game on, I think, Thursday. He was on crutches Thursday. He participated in warm-ups today, so there was some thought that he was going to play. And a lot of folks knowing that this is his hometown, his friends and family are here. I thought they were here. That he give it a go. 5 minutes before, well, probably not that. 20 minutes before tip-off, one of Memphis's beat writers tweeted out that Kendrick was not going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Was not in the starting lineup. Was in a walking boot. So different guys got a chance to play. Coogs won by 8, Willie. Coogs led for 37 minutes. Got some fans. Things would have been different if Kendrick would have played. Willie, he didn't play.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
If I win the lottery, I'll be rich.
Of course.
So got to get fans to get away from that mindset. Hey, first half, Memphis turned the ball over 12 times. Kendrick's presence would have made a difference, obviously. He didn't play. So some of the turnover, they would just toss the ball all over the court. Soft passes, all of those things. Mr. Gibson.
Yes, sir.
You're a player, you're a coach. If your opponent is missing a key player, 2 key players, what are you supposed to do? Well, we're going to just take it easy on them. We're not going to play as hard. We're not going to do things, Are you going to do that?
No, I'm going to play my game.
You're going to play your game. Your teammates, other injured player, what are they going to say? What's the mentality?
Next man up.
So then what would you expect them to do without their best player?
Step their game up.
Thank you. So all these things, and yet Houston led for 37 minutes of this ball game and won by 8. And they made free throws today too.
Okay.
They were 23 of 26. So unlike Houston for much of this season, but they made the free throws. So they did what they're supposed to do to win the game. That's the bottom line. Coach Sam said after the game, this isn't a beauty contest.
Yep.
The question is, did you win or did you lose?
Right.
Because you know what those same folks would have said? If Houston would have lost today to Memphis without Kendrick Davis? Oh, I can't believe they lost today. What? To Memphis? What? Their best player?
Yep.
You said there's a number 1 team in the country? They're a fraud. They're a sham. No. So they're damned if they do, damned if they won't. They don't, but they won today. And that's the bottom line.
Yep.
Mr. Gibson, what did Ohio State do today?
Oh, they lost their 8th straight.
Lost to who they lose to?
Purdue.
Was it competitive? Did you watch any of it?
I listened to some of it and no, it wasn't. It was competitive the first 8 minutes, maybe. But yeah,
And then
it was 82-55.
Zach Edey did his thing, and I'm assuming Purdue made some threes to make it much more difficult to pick your poison.
Yeah, 26 and 11 for Edey. Ohio State played without Zed Key. I mean, he's been injured, and I'm glad they finally sat him down. 6'8" senior center, or junior center rather, 6'8" junior center. He's been playing with a right shoulder injury for about a month now. Ironically enough, in the month since they've won a game. And he's been, I mean, he fought through for his team, but it was just obvious. Thursday at Iowa City against Iowa, he just couldn't go. And it was just a question of when they were going to sit him down, and they finally did. They finally did so today. So without him, Bryce Sensabaugh, the true freshman, again led the way with 20 points. I hope he's back next year. But I'm starting to read information that he won't be.
Yep, I'm seeing that too.
Yeah, I've seen it for a while. I just didn't want to admit it, but now I can say it. That it's probably a high probability he's one and done and won't be back next year. But I mean, it is. I mean, yeah, 8 straight.
Have the calls gotten louder to fire the coach?
They are, but yeah. So it's from all reports, this was foreseen prior to the season. And in his defense, he did lose a lot, and he did bring in a lot of transfers from the portal. And he just, I mean, Sean McNeil, there were at least 3 or 4 guys that he brought in from the portal. It just didn't work. And this is a telltale sign for those that think the portal is the answer. See Ohio State from 22-23. It's not. It's you get a piece here or there. You can't recreate and remake your entire team in the portal. And then he did what he had to do, but it just didn't work. So I mean, he has a top 10 class coming in next year. Waiting on an announcement to that class. I'll leave that there.
A certain son of a famous player,
perhaps, maybe. Yeah. But outside of that, the class is still top 10. That just is a cherry on top, if you will.
When is said son supposed to make his announcement?
Well, I was told that when the California playoffs are over, and it was interesting because I saw them Tuesday night lose in overtime, but then I saw them play again like on Thursday. So I was kind of confused. I didn't understand, like, does California have 2? I'm not familiar and that well versed in interscholastic sports in California, but I know I saw them lose Tuesday night, but then I saw them win Thursday night. So I was kind of confused. And I don't know. But the word was when his season is over, the announcement comes.
Okay, well, I got some things to kick around with you, sir. We're going to go back to Monday. Is it Monday? The announcement that the Pac-12, who was it? The presidents, the board people, the unity. We are united, and we are looking forward to announcing a media rights deals in the coming days. When you saw or heard about that united statement, what was your reaction?
They're not getting as much as they thought.
Was it like the kiss of death, proverbially the kiss of support?
Yep.
Vote of confidence?
Yep. That's it. That's exactly what I thought. Like, okay, they overestimated their value in the marketplace, and they're not getting anywhere near what they thought they were getting.
It reminds me. Let me pay bills here. Remind you, you're watching Folks Talkin Sports here on Twitter at Folks Talk Sports, as well as on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. FTS, the slang for the kids, how the kids refer to it now. FTS, Folks Talkin Sports, is sponsored by 5 Star Properties, a Dallas-based company owned by a UH alum. If you're facing foreclosure or you need to sell your house as is for cash, you see them on the screen. But if you're listening in audio format, call 972-532-SELL. That's 972-532-7355. Or go to the website, 5starprops.com. FIVESTARPROPS.com. All right. Vote of confidence, vote of sign of trouble. That's what I think. A lot of folks think that. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, Mr. Gibson, because I think the source is shaky. But I'm going to acknowledge it. No other person that I trust has brought it up. But a person who claims to have sources, okay, in the sports world, the college sports landscape, whatever you want to call it, has tweeted out the last Saturday night, maybe end of Friday night and today even, about possible discussions of a Big 12, Pac-12 merger that does not include or will not include Stanford and Cal. Just that right there. A possible Big 12, Pac-12 merger, you think what?
I'm going to say this nicely. I don't think so.
Okay. Now I'm going to add this. It doesn't include Stanford and Cal, but it includes Oregon and Washington.
I really don't think so. I mean, I try to be nice because I know we talked about it briefly. Yeah. I mean, with all due respect, typically when someone says with all due respect, they're probably about to disrespect someone, as someone once told me. With all due respect, it doesn't make sense. I mean, the college football playoff, which is the straw that stirs the drink, just announced a 12-team college playoff with college or Power 5 conferences getting automatic bids. So if 2 of those conferences merge, now you have 11-team playoff? No. Baby, no. What is you doing, as the meme says?
Yeah, and I'll add to it. Anything's possible, okay? Let me say that. This seems highly unlikely, all right? Highly unlikely. But the ESPN, the deal that the Big 12 has with ESPN and Fox, but specifically ESPN, pro rata deal, so they will pay new membership equivalent money, okay? Mm-hmm. That the new Big 12 will earn. If I'm Oregon and Washington specifically, why would I do that? Why would I agree to that when, one, I could stay in the Big 12, the Pac-12, as it is, make similar money at the team in the Big 12, and have a direct chance, to your point, to win the Pac-12 and qualify for the playoff?
Right.
So why would I do that?
Doesn't make sense.
Flip side of that, if I'm in the new Big 12, Houston, you're going to do what? You're going to add 8 teams. We're going to become an 18, 16, 18, 20 team conference? Are they going to get the same amount of money as us? Oh, hell no. Why am I going to read that?
Right.
This doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, Small. Make it make sense. So, like I said, the people I trust have not commented at all about this person's sources. This person this evening says there's going to be a meeting and put a date on it of March 7th with huge ramifications, blah, 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 of the Big 12 presidents. No. So,
nope.
I just don't see it. Now, prior to this person, people in media, sports media, whose job it is to know sports business, sports media, said that Fox, and this also includes Fox, so why would Fox want to do this? Fox would be like, wait, we got UCLA and USC.
Right.
So why need anybody else to come? So all those things. But the sports media people, Andrew Marchand and John Oren, Andrew Marchand, New York Post sports media person, and John Oren, Sports Business Journal, two highly respected guys in the field, said Fox does not want to deal with the Pac-12. And if they do, it'll be on their terms, which means lower money for the Pac-12.
Right.
Amazon, if Amazon does something with the Pac-12, it will be for a game of the week. A game of the week. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, he doesn't spend too much more money than he has to. So if the Pac-12 is running out of options, running out of leverage, you want me to give you how much money? Okay, and I say no. Where else are you going to go?
Right.
So I'm putting it all out there. So if it doesn't make sense to me. It sounds like it doesn't make sense to you.
No.
Doesn't mean it won't happen. I think it's unlikely, very unlikely to happen. But hey, Twitter's out there. Twitter is Twitter. Who knows what could change in the next few days, but I think it's very unlikely. I think Oregon and Washington hold the keys to survival for the Pac-12. If they stay, there'll be a Pac-12, currently constructed. I'm not talking about adding San Diego State or SMU. The core members, if Oregon and UW stay, Arizona State will stay. Utah and Colorado will stay. We know good and well Oregon State and Washington State, they're not going anywhere. What the hell? So as long as Oregon and Phil Knight would be like, regarding these rumors of a merger, we're going to get how much money? And we're going to get how much in the Pac-12 if we stay and this becomes our conference? Oh, yeah, we're good here. Yeah. Okay, so I digress on all of that. But anyway, I just had to toss it out there, man, because I just want to get your thoughts on that. But all right, it's out there in the landscape, the Twitterverse.
Yeah.
Your thoughts? Give me your thoughts on Kevin Love.
Yeah, man. Happy for him. We saw this coming. They played nice for as long as they could, but it was inevitable. I mean, once he lost his spot in the rotation, once Dean Wade came back and he lost his spot in the rotation, the writing was on the wall. They did right by him they did right by themselves and him by not trading him at the deadline. One, not trading him somewhere where he didn't want to go, and two, not giving up assets or taking back bad contracts or attaching picks in those assets or that they would have to have done in order to trade him at $29 million in his last year of deal. So I mean, happy for him. He's going to Miami. Miami now is at 7th position in the East, in the play-in tournament. But strange things have happened. But it's just, I know I just gave him his flowers, but I'm about to kind of take it back. He still gets caught up in the pick and roll, and that's why he lost his spot in rotation here in Cleveland, because guards were roasting him on the pick and roll. He's never been a defensive juggernaut,
right?
And now in year 15, it's catching up to him, if you will. And so that'll be interesting. I mean, yeah, he feels a need for them, a big that can shoot the three. But, he broke his thumb earlier this season. And so he kind of has been fighting through that, reports are it's healed now, but I don't know. I wish he well. I know that sounds bad.
No, because I want to ask you, how much do you think he has left in the tank?
I don't know, but who is it? Florida, St. Augustine, Florida, Fountain of Youth is down there, right?
Yeah.
Vasco da Gama, right?
Yeah.
Hey, he might get purify his body in the lakes, waters of Lake Minnetonka. I don't know, but
that's in Minneapolis, my man.
I know.
I know, but
name Timberwolves.
yeah.
I know.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't know, man. He can shoot. Again, it's that thumb. That was the issue here. He broke his thumb in November, and he tried to play through it. And then he was getting roasted on the defensive end. And for JB Bickerstaff, you have to play defense. Cleveland is number 1 in the defensive rankings in the league. Wednesday night notwithstanding. I think the guys checked out early on.
Yeah. A lot of teams, a lot of dudes do before the All-Star break.
Yeah, oh man, but I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I wish him well. I mean, he feels the need in Miami. I will tell you this. Somebody asked me what I would remember about Kevin Love earlier, and I said it's not. People say it's the 10 seconds of defense he played against Steph in Game 7 of the Finals, and that was fine. That was good. But for me, what I remember the most was it November 23rd, 2016, home game against the Portland Trailblazers. Kevin's from Portland. Portland area, suburbs of Portland.
Yeah.
And in the first quarter, he shot 8 for 11 from 3-point range and had 34 points in the first quarter. A 34-point first quarter. 3 off the NBA record for points in any quarter. Obviously, a Cavs record for points in any quarter. 34 points in the first quarter. Cleveland won the game, but what I remembered about it was he had 34. He ended the game with 40. And I was like, I'm sitting there like, and of course, the basket looked like an ocean. I couldn't miss. And LeBron and Kyrie were here. It was the season after the championship. So they just kept feeding. First quarter, I mean, he was coming down just dotting people's eyes. 34 in the first quarter, you're like, this is a night, Call NBA TV because 34 in the first quarter, he might be 60, 70, 80, something. And he ended with 40. And I'm like, man, okay. But that 34-point first quarter, that is something that that will stick with me a while about Kevin Love. So,
all right. I see the rosters for the All-Star game have been set.
Yeah.
Team LeBron. Give me your thoughts on. I'm gonna give you the starters and then the reserve. Starters.
Yep.
LeBron, obviously.
Yep.
Luka, Joel Embiid, Kyrie, and the Joker.
Shocker. Kyrie, what? LeBron drafted Kyrie? Get out.
But Joel Embiid and the Joker.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Reserves. Jaylen Brown, Anthony Edwards, De'Aaron Fox, Paul George, Tyrese Halliburton, Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Julius Randle.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on that?
Soccer again, Kyrie and Braun. Imagine that. But that's a solid squad. I mean, LeBron's 5-0 in this thing. I mean, he knows. He knows what the deal is. So, front line of Joker, Embiid, and Braun. That's something.
Yeah,
that's something. So, let me know that works out for you driving to the hole, Team Giannis. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I like it. I like it.
Is there zone in All-Star game, Will?
Depends. Well, All-Star
not much defense at all, but I mean,
right.
Right. Team Giannis starters: Giannis, Lauri Markkanen, Donovan Mitchell,
Yep.
Ja, and Jason Tatum. Reserves: Bam Adebayo, DeMar DeRozan, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Drew Holiday, Dame, Domantas Sabonis, and Pascal Siakam. Thoughts on that squad?
I like Bronze better. He has some people. I mean, Ja, of course. It was funny. I was watching that. If you saw me, I kept turning my head because I was watching the draft as we were on. I apologize, but I mean, Jason Tatum's gonna be nice. I mean, he has a solid squad, but again, Bron, Embiid, Joker, Kyrie, is it Luka?
Yep.
Yeah. 6-0 Broncos in All-Star game. But yeah, I think Team LeBron has it. I think he has it.
All right, I'm gonna impress me with your level of hipness, Mr. Gibson, because I'm pretty sure it's better than mine.
Okay.
Not even close. NBA tweeted out celebrities in attendance for tonight's All-Star game.
Yep.
Got in 3 categories: musicians, film and TV, and then athletes.
Yep.
Musicians. 21 Savage.
Yeah. 21, can you do something for me?
This next one. Anuel AA. I know I'm saying it right. Anuel and then 2 capital A's.
No, you got me on that one.
Burna Boy.
No, you got me.
Corday.
Yeah, I heard Corday.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fat Joe.
Yeah.
G-Eazy.
Nah.
The sensationally stunning Janelle Monáe.
Well, there you go, of course. Yeah.
J Hud. Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah.
Jewel.
Yep. She sung the national anthem, didn't she?
You tell me, you watching.
I was
I
kind
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Jully Black. Jully, then Black.
Nah, bro.
Kane Brown.
Yeah.
Lil Baby.
Yep.
Rema. Yeah. Not Remy Ma. Rema.
R-E-M-A?
R-E-M-A.
No.
Rick Ross.
Of course.
This must be a typo, man, but I mean, Slick Rick.
Yeah, Slick Rick the Ruler's in the building.
Oh my goodness, Slick Rick.
Yes, sir.
I heard Lottie Dottie on my way to the game today, man, and did all the work. I'm driving to the building.
Yes,
Travis
sir.
Scott.
Yep.
Ozuna.
I think so.
And then Post Malone.
Yeah.
All right. Film and TV. Chris Tucker.
Yep.
Everett Osborne.
No.
Gabrielle Union.
Of course. Mrs. Wade.
Mm-hmm. Guy Fieri.
Yep.
Jeremy Piven.
Yep.
Cinque Walls.
No.
Spike Lee.
Of course.
Simu Liu, Liu.
Oh, that's the cat from the celebrity game Friday night. Before Friday night, no, but
Okay. Ranveer Singh.
what is it again?
Ranveer Singh.
No.
Ranveer, and then last name Singh.
No.
Vin Diesel.
Of course.
All right, this should be all. You should get all of these. Well, maybe not. Athletes: Albert Pujols.
Yep.
Megatron.
Yep.
DK Metcalf.
Yep.
D Wade.
Yep.
Francis Tiafo.
Maybe.
John Stockton.
Yep.
Some dude named Julius Erving.
May have heard of him.
Some dude named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Second all-time leading scorer in NBA history.
Karl Malone.
Yep. He was Bellman was killing them on the scores last on the slam dunk contest. He was not impressed.
Well, man, nothing.
Yeah.
Let me just say, if you don't know, go to Bomani Jones.
No. Don't do it
for me. That's all I will say. Go to Bomani Jones. He'll speak for me. Because if you didn't know, I already knew about it. But if you didn't know, go see Bo on Twitter. Bomani Jones.
I know. Oh.
Lindsey Vaughn.
Yeah.
Naomi Osaka.
Yep.
Paul Gasol.
Yep.
Sean White.
Yep.
And then T-Mac.
Yep.
I didn't give a score there, but you did all right, sir. You did all right. Yeah.
Listen, man, I tell people all the time, I have a 13-year-old, so I have to know stuff. Because she'll be like, Daddy, how do you know that song? Like, don't worry about it. Yeah. I have to know things.
All right, you touched on it. The slam dunk contest. Ooh. I'm going to I didn't watch.
Okay.
I saw the highlights, and props to my man Mac McClung.
Yeah, man.
In your opinion, did Mac McClung save the NBA slam dunk contest?
Without question, because I was talking to a friend of mine today earlier, and he asked me, did I watch it? And I said, yes, and I'm glad I did, because quite honestly, I almost checked out after Dame won the 3-point shootout because of that foolishness from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And previous years, quite honestly, I mean, it's been horrible. And so I was like, my it's already on. I'm down here. Let's just say. And that young fella, yeah, he quite honestly, no hyperbole, he saved the slam dunk contest because, I mean, he didn't miss anything, number one.
That was my first question for you. Did he miss a dunk?
No.
Okay.
Everything in the first attempt. I'm trying to think, was he the only one that did? I think, Trey Murphy I think he may have made all of his too, but I know Kenyon Martin Jr. missed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was that young fella put on the show without question. I mean, he jumped over two people, grabbed the ball, tapped it on the backboard. Yeah. Oh my God! Yeah, the creativity. I mean, yeah, for sure.
And like I said, I saw the highlights of his dunks. You touched on it. The creativity.
Yeah.
He did things that NBA players don't do. If you've seen, what do we call them, pro dunkers, whatever, you've seen them do that kind of stuff, things like that. But the first thing, he did not miss a dunk. Let's show our age, Brother Gibson. Neat, Spud, Mike, they didn't miss dunks.
No.
They didn't have to go, Nate Robinson, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times to complete a dunk.
Right.
And he still won. They still gave him no. I'm like, this man missed 5 dunks or whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, what are y'all doing? So I'm glad he did that. And earlier Saturday, there's an article on Front Office Sports about basically the NBA should get rid of the slam dunk contest. And I tweeted it, and Mac McClung said, no.
Right.
No, they shouldn't. Just have folks like me in it who know what they're doing. So thank you, Mac McClung. But somebody's a discussion on Twitter, and I'll chop it up with you.
Yep.
About maybe getting pro dunkers in it, and NBA guys don't want to do it because Mac McClung for most of the season was in the G League until the Sixers signed him basically the last week before the All-Star break. And some guys are saying NBA players don't want to risk losing to a G League guy. Or what kind of competitor are you, man? I mean, is that the mindset we have of players today?
I thought about that, really, to be honest with you. And I said, you know what? Because there was, LeBron, 19 years, 20 years, never gotten the slam. But then you look at it. the obligations that he has during All-Star Weekend. And I'm not well, some people would call me a LeBron defender. But, however, I mean, look at it this year. LeBron showed up at 3 o'clock Mountain Time today, media availability. They played on Wednesday. He's like, man, I'm not trying to be up there. You know what? He took his wife on a vacation. Great for him. But had he had to be in the slam dunk contest, I mean, there's been previous years where, you know, you got your community service, you got your MBPA obligations. You have this corporate sponsor, that corporate sponsor, this event, that event, this one, that one. And then, oh, by the way, we want you to do the slam dunk contest. I get it. I read somewhere earlier this week where he was offered $1 million to compete in the slam dunk contest. I don't recall the year, but he said no. And
yeah, 1 year was like 2009 or 10 when he said he was going to be in it, then he changed his mind. So yeah.
It's like, man, I mean, at what point is enough enough? I understand. I mean, now I'm not a problem. I'm not. It's the NBA All-Star Weekend, so no. To answer your initial question, I'm not in favor of bringing Pro Duckers or the East Bay All-Stars or whomever. I don't know. With all due respect, you know, the G League is still the NBA G League.
Okay.
So it's still affiliated with the NBA, but to bring in, what am I? I can't think of it. I want to try to think of it before I ask you. The And1 crew. Thank you, Austin. No. I'm not with it. I'm not.
Okay, so G League guys or younger NBA guys. You good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if the stars want to do it, yeah, but let's not hold them accountable or not accountable. Let's not criticize them if they don't.
Yeah.
And that's if we got, you know, Mac McClung and, you know, I didn't like his dunks last night, but Jericho Sims, I mean, you didn't see it. I won't ruin it for you. But
yeah, well, you know, I think he was too tall anyway. But
it's
not a lot of Dwight Howards, you know, who can shine. You know, big tall dudes who can shine in a dunk contest. Yeah. Right. Once again, you're watching Folks Talkin Sports here on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Folks Talkin Sports is sponsored by 5 Star Properties. Phone number 972-532-SELL, 972-532-3555. All right. Willie Gibson, let me put it up because I'm kind of slow on this. I'm really poor about putting up the Twitter account of the show. And it's around here somewhere. There we go. Put that up there, and I'm going to do a combo. Folks Talkin Sports, 972-532-7355. I think I said one number off. I want to get that right. Got to make my sponsors happy. 972-532-SELL, 972-532-7355. Follow us on Twitter at Folks Talk Sports. Once again, that's Folks Talk Sports. You are watching us on the Houston Roundball Review on YouTube as well. I'm Kris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. And joining me is Willie Gibson from The Ohio State University, WTG Sports. And where else, sir? How else can folks find you? We still got more time to go. How folks find
you? Twitter and Instagram at Will Gibson 7. Will knows is my Facebook page, and I'm in the process of it. It's up. I need to add more content to it. I definitely see views on there. I definitely need to add some content to that. But those are mainly on social media. Will Gibson 7 on Twitter and Instagram.
And I got this from a buddy of mine, a UH alum. According to colleague Mark Berman of Fox 26 Sports, the Houston Cougars football team will not add an offensive coordinator.
Really?
The staff is complete. Dana Holgorsen will call the offense.
Wow. Interesting. Hey, well, you know what? Someone once told me if I'm going down on my own accord.
So yeah, I hope they're not being cheap. I hope that's not the reason. But I mean, Shannon Dawson, the guy who was the OC last year and was hired by Miami. Good luck to Miami, because Shannon Dawson, his play calling was questioned a lot by me, Andy, I think Will, sometimes hearing what we were saying about the offense.
Man.
Great alums, all that.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see. All right, Dan, it's all on you. Calling plays or whoever you want to, delegate and maybe give them some play calls as well. But yes, college football source, according to Mark Berman, says UH will not add an offensive coordinator. The staff is complete, with Dana Holgorsen continuing to be heavily involved with the offense. Yeah. All right on that one. Okay. Let me see. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
Well, no, just an all-star update. Giannis scored the first bucket and immediately fouled, and he looks to be done for the night. He sprayed that right wrist the game before the all-star break. So
right.
Yeah, he's one and done. Looks like.
Well, good, because I'm sure the Bucks kind of like Giannis.
Yeah.
The second half of this, the rest of the regular season and the playoffs.
We have the quarter. I think this season we have.
Yeah, the quarter is more important than this pickup game. So do what you got to do, and get out. So good for him.
Yeah. Kudos to him for showing up, because years past where guys like, man, I'm not going. I mean, so kudos for him for honoring his commitment and coming. So
yeah. Did you hear or read the article in Andscape about Jabari Smith Jr., Rockets rookie?
I saw it, but I didn't read it.
His dad, Jabari Smith Sr., kind of was critical of the offense, and that his son is like, as he put it, I want to say the fourth, fifth, or sixth option sometimes in Houston's offense. And Coach Stephen Silas was asked at some point, I don't know if it's because of the article or just in general, and Coach Silas said, yeah, I don't call him play for Jabari.
Wow. Wow. Say it with your chest, Coach Silas.
So, and I know I've known he does it. He can look at the game and tell you he does it. You can decide why that is, I mean, Jabari right now, rookie, is a spot up 3-point shooter, relying on Jalen Green and Scoot when Scoot's healthy to get him open looks and lock him down, which he has not done at a high clip this year. Beyond that, Jabari in the post, low post. I don't need to call a play for that. Jabari, if you got a mouse in the house, post up that mouse. You know what I'm saying? So those two things. But yes, Coach Silas does not want to call a lot of plays. He said that for a while. He wants to play fast. You play fast by will, playing defense. Mm-hmm. If there's a missed shot, rebound it, right. Get it and go. Mm-hmm. You don't need to call, a set. So the quote is bad. Clearly, it's a bad look from the coach. So I don't call plays with Jabari. But there's some context to it as well. But anyway, I was more shaking my head at Pop saying, yeah, my son is the fourth, fifth, or sixth option in the offense, and so I just told him to, have fun at Utah and in the skills challenge, right? Just enjoy the moment and then control kind of thing. I was like, okay, oh boy. So the timing of the article is kind of strange. Rockets are bad this year, struggling to win games. Jabari is struggling to make shots. So if Jabari is getting open looks, which he is, and shooting 30% from three, whose fault is that?
That's the problem. It's his.
Thank you, Pops. Okay, I'm just saying, Pops.
Right.
All right. Tony M, thank you very much for chiming in. We got people watching us. Don't be shy about commenting here on the Houston Roundball Review on YouTube. We enjoy your comments. Once again, earlier today, the Houston Cougars men's team defeated Memphis 72-64. They led for 37 minutes of the game. They never trailed in the ball game. The game had like 4 ties. They made free throws, going 23 for 26 from the line. Yes, Memphis was without their best player, Kendra Davis. So what? The game was still played. Will?
Yep.
The game wasn't postponed. Well, I heard Kendrick isn't playing. So we're going to postpone it until he comes back. That didn't happen. So Houston did what they had to do to win. Tony M. See, this, I don't want to say this, but yes, let's just hope his career ends up better than his dad's. Talking about Jabari Jr. Yes.
That's fire.
Tony, you said that. You said it. Saying that right there. You said that. But okay. All right. Will. Oh man, thank you very much for joining me to do this. We're going to wrap it up here. Go watch some of the All-Star game, the pickup game.
Yeah.
Team LeBron and Team Giannis. But I wanted to get this show in of this edition of Folks Talkin Sports, which you can catch on Spotify, iHeartRadio. Well, Tony, you said it. and Apple Podcasts. So if you listen to an audio version, give us a 5-star, pump us up, give us comments on there, hit the like button on this video, smash the like button on the videos here, posted on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Thank you to those who caught the lunch break on Thursday with me, Andy, and Kenitra Pulliams. Kenitra from the Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus. She and I got into a spirited debate about the Cougs, about non-Power 5 teams being penalized for not having enough quadrant 1 opportunities because of the conference they're in. And in the Big 12, being the best team in best conference in basketball, has loads of quadrant 1s, and so they get way more opportunities. And the Cougs or Gonzaga or Roberts or anybody not in a Power 5 is limited because of the conference. So I was trying to make my point, and Kenitra didn't really. She heard my point. She did not agree with it. so it's all good. And as everybody knows, it will not be a problem for the Cougs going forward because they will be in the Big 12 come the fall. But anyway, and the Cougs were still the number 2 seed overall in the NCAA bracket reveal that was announced Saturday. So that was good to see to me. Brother Gibson, as always, man, thank you for taking time to join us here on Folks Talkin Sports, sponsored by 5-Star Properties. How can people find you on social media?
Appreciate it, sir. Pleasure as always. You can find me as the Crawl States at Will Gibson 7 on Twitter and IG. Facebook, Will Knows. And those are the opportunities to find me. And
let's see. The spring game for Ohio State is going to take place when?
April 15th. Saturday, April 15th.
12. Go ahead.
12 noon Eastern.
I don't believe there's been a date announced for the UH spring game practice. But I guess we know who's going to be calling the plays. Be Lane Holgerson. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you very much, Tony, for chiming in, your comments, your zinger there. Awesome. Pretty low bar. Well, like I said, you said it. Pretty low bar for Jabari to be better than his dad, have a better career than his dad. So he better be third pick in the draft. He better have a better career than his father. But Kris Gardner on Twitter at VHR Review, Houston Roundball Review on YouTube, Houston Roundball Review on Instagram and TikTok. Website also, HoustonRoundballReview.com. Catch us, this show, Folks Talk Sports on Twitter. Thank you as always to our sponsor, 5-Star Properties, for help make this happen. Met the owner of 5-Star Properties. He came to the game today. Drove down from Dallas. Him and his family drove down from Dallas to see the game, which the Cougs won. And he told us he was going to listen to Let's Rage Cougs and this show on the drive back to Dallas. So technology is a great thing. So thank you very much, as always, everybody, for watching our show live on YouTube and on Twitter. And also catch the audio version of this podcast on Apple, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Until next week, everybody take care. Peace.